All right. Hey, you guys, what's going on? This is Jonathan Bailey here. And today is day 15 of my webinar series called Value Training Webinars. And I've been doing these 2 webinars a day for the last 15 days because I wanted to give you guys pure value and what I think is missing from the marketplace. When I first started on this journey about 17 months ago, I didn't know a lot of information. I came in here brand new. I didn't understand marketing. I didn't understand the content that we should be posting, content that we should always be talking about. I had no idea what that content was. And until about 10 months afterwards, I finally found out what content should I be posting, what content I should be talking about, what content I should be blogging about, and just, what I should be sending to my emails. And so today I decided to really talk about one of the 5 major problems. And if you're unfamiliar with those 5 major problems are in this industry, if you take a look at everything as a whole, there is a statistic out there that 99% of people do not make more than $400 in residual income. And to me, that's wrong. One, because this is a $400 billion company or like industry. So therefore, there should be a lot more people making a lot more money, but they're not. And I believe that is due to not understanding what they should focus on. And today, I'm going to go ahead and focus on one of those things that can really help you out. So some of the 5 problems that are out there is, when we get first, talk about our opportunity, we're just so excited about it that, we go to our friends and we go to our families and we're like, hey, you guys, check this out. Excuse me. You're like, hey, you guys, check this out. Check out what I'm doing. I know this is going to make me, become successful. You should invest in me. And then they buy from you. And then what happens is 2 to 3 weeks later, all of a sudden you're getting refunds. You go in your back office and you look and it's your friends and family. And one of the reasons why that is because that's not their dream. That's your dream. That's your vision. That's your passion. It has nothing to do with them. And so one of the major problems that is out there is harassing your friends and family. The second major problem out there is generating leads. So there's a lot of people that have no idea how to generate leads. And, I've been very fortunate to understand how to do that. And so if you do want more information, you want to stay till the very end because I will go ahead and give you an opportunity here to learn from me to do that. But that's one of the that's the second problem. The third problem is generating traffic and driving that traffic to see your opportunity. It's very hard for you to take, or a lot of people to take somebody off of Facebook and then get them to their opportunity. So driving traffic to your opportunity, your articles, your videos is very difficult. And that's another major problem. Another major problem is upselling. A lot of people have this notion that you're born with this gift or you have a gene somewhere in your DNA that gives you the ability to learn. I did a presentation 4 days ago on how to upsell somebody. And I'm here to tell you that is nothing but a formula. Everybody uses the same type of formula. Some people are better at it than others, but it's a formula. So therefore, that's telling me anybody can go ahead and learn how to become a, or learn how to upsell somebody. And then the fifth thing is how to close somebody. People, again, think it's this miraculous thing. It's not. If you pre-fame everything right the first time, then your closing rate will be so easy. And it's really actually easy to close somebody, especially when all of your questions and all of your answers and all of your overall topics is all about them. Once it's about them, it's so easy to close. And today I'm actually going to go into that a little bit here. So you want to stick around to the very end. So if you do have any questions, feel free to go ahead and put it in the comments box and I will go ahead and get on it. If you're watching this on live or watching this on replay, I want to say I appreciate you guys, first off, for taking your time out of your busy schedule to go ahead and watch this presentation. In this presentation, I will show you the formula that you will need to become a top producer. This is something that a lot of successful people have been using. And if you understand the formula, then you'll understand that there is no amount of money that you cannot get, because the formula stays the same in everything. It's just changing it up a little bit based off of each person. That's it. That's the only difference. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it here. Just give me a couple minutes or seconds, I should say, is I'm just going to share my screen and then I'll pull up the presentation. We'll go ahead and start here. All right. So this is the beginning of the presentation here, and we are going to go ahead and talk about how to become a top producer. Now, if you want some more information about who I am, what I'm about, and just to kind of see if we do connect, go ahead and go to facebook.com/John Bailey Going Places, or you can go to consciouscreatorblog.com. You'll see a lot of my information there as well. And let me know what you guys think. If you guys do want to Skype me, go ahead and do it at jonathan.bailey793, and just let me know what you guys think here. So if you guys stick around to the very end of this presentation, just for tuning in, I have something for you. There's no purchase necessary for this, so you definitely want to stay till the very end here. So some of the daily actions that you should be doing to help I lost my train of thought, to help become a top producer is in your company or in somebody else's company that's doing a lot, or somebody who is successful. You want to make sure you get on 10 leaders email addresses. What that will do, it will give you a lot of ammo that you should be using in your everyday emails that you send out to your list. And so that's just one of the ways that you become a top producer. Another way that you can become a top producer is by making 25 connections per day to people. Now, this is just not, saying, hey, how's your day going? I do apologize for this. I don't know why the phone is going off in my ear. Let me take care of this real quick. All right, sorry about that, you guys. Things happen when you're at the house and, you work from home, but that won't disturb us again. So the 25, you want to make 25 connections a day. You want to ask people certain questions, like, hey, how's your day going? You want to make them laugh. You want to change their state of mind. And then you want to go ahead and start asking probing questions that can give you the data that you're looking for to see if your opportunity can help them and whatsoever. And so that's one of the ways you could become a top producer. Another one is to make a goal. Now, this is something that's really tricky for a lot of people, because a lot of people feel that automatically that, they want to make $10,000, but they have never made more than, $2,000 in their life in 1 month. And subconsciously, your mind will never allow that to come in your reality, because there's no evidence of it ever being there before. So instead of saying, I want to do $10,000 right out of the gate, how about you just, make a goal to replace your job income? Then make it 2,000, and then the next 30 days you make it 3,500, and then the next day make it 5 grand, and then 7. So the more data that you have of proving to yourself that you're able to do it, the more your subconscious mind will allow you to be like, you know what, let's go get it, because we have already done it before, therefore we can do it again. And so you want to make sure that your goal is achievable and not some random number out there, because that will never happen here for you. And another thing that you want to do to become a top producer is collect the data. And so the data comes from the 25 connections that you're doing and the emails that you should be sending out to your list. A lot of people ask me, John, how many times should I email my list? I don't want to bombard them. I say that you need to do the 80-20 rule. You need to do 80% of peer value and then 20% of selling something to them. So in other words, you can send as many emails out as you want. Just make sure it's pure value, and that's it. You know, that's why I tell people at least do it once a day of, you know, selling whatever you're selling or promoting whatever you promote. The rest of the emails need to be pure value, because that's going to be what people are going to join you for, because you give a lot of value. And you want to do one PowerPoint, excuse me, you want to do one PowerPoint presentation per week, talking about the pains, the problems, and the solutions to people's out there. Like this presentation I'm doing on how to become a top producer, and I'm solving a lot of people's problems because they don't know the formula. Like this right here is part of the formula, but this right here people do not know about, and so that's why I wanted to go over here with you guys here today. So one of the things that, you know, you definitely need to become a top producer is beliefs, alignment, belief in others, and ways to stop sabotaging yourself here. So let's go ahead with the belief. Your beliefs affect your business, and when they're not serving you, you must change them. You are going to be able to make a lot more money and produce a lot more results if your beliefs are aligned with the direction that you're going to help create those results. I mean, and that is just huge right there, because a lot of people, you know, so I'm 34 right now, and I had a lot of, you know, bad things happen to me, and if I continue to believe that way and don't change it, then it's never going to happen the way I want to. You're going to be able to produce more effectively and more easily if you just believe you can. I mean, our parents tell us we can be whatever we want to when we're younger, and, you know, it's the same type of concept as we have there. You know, we want bigger results, and therefore we need to believe in it a little bit more. You know, to become a top producer, you need to look at the beliefs and the values that are going to determine your success. That is so true, because a lot of the times what we feel success is, our belief system doesn't match up, and therefore it's a lot worse. And you need to believe in your company and become part of the product. I mean, this is so true. I remember when I first started online, I kept on having the shiny ball syndrome. I was going from one product to another, checking out this company, checking out this company. And then when I connected with the right mentor who really sat me down, who has made millions in this industry or made millions in his life, he was like, John, you need to first believe in yourself before anything else will happen. The more you believe in yourself, the things will fall into place where they need to. But you keep going from product to product or company to company is not serving you whatsoever, because there's still going to be the same problems that was in the last company. All you're going to do is blame it on the last company. All you're going to do is just blame it on this person. But in actuality, it's you. It's your belief system that's stopping you from doing everything. And that really, you know, made me sit down and think about what was going on in my life. And, you know, I've changed it since then. You know, another thing that will help you become a top producer is, you know, being alignment. And I really like this because all the cars are going in one direction. The arrows are going in one direction. There's no two-way on here. It's only a one-way street. And you have to be aligned in the single direction if you want to accomplish your outcomes. If you want to create big results, you must create a big team. If you want to recruit a lot of people, you've got to I can't even pronounce that word. Recruit a lot of people. If you want to sell a lot of products, sell a lot of products. But in everything that I'm talking about right now, it's all talking about being in one direction. One direction is the way to go. And I'm not talking about the band either. I think they're from London or England or something like that. I'm talking about in here that all of your thoughts, all of your focus needs to go in one direction. Your beliefs in this information in your mind, your values, all the way to your actions needs to be complete and total alignment. So everything has to be, from your thoughts, from your words that you speak, from the reaction in your body, all need to be aligned with going in one direction. When your mind is filtering information and looking for the things that aren't useful to you, is going to create an unconscious response in your body and your mind that leads you to action and result that you do not that you don't want to create. You know, and that's what I was just saying. So if you feel deep down inside that you're never going to accomplish it, that's exactly what's going to happen. You're never going to accomplish it. And that's why it's so important to be in a line with everything that's going on in your business and personally. You know, another way to become a top producer is believing in self, you know, believing in others. There's so many times that I've been proven wrong because our human body or our human soul or whatever you want to call it, the things that move this physical body, I mean, we strive for, you know, to better ourselves. We evolve. And so if you don't believe in others, how are you going to inspire anybody or motivate anybody or really do anything with anybody? Because if you don't believe in others, that means you don't believe in what you're able to accomplish. You know, people always have the ability to do more than what you think. People always have the ability to do more than what they think, but they have the ability to do. And so just because that you may think that they're going to fail doesn't mean they actually will. There's so many stories out there. I don't need to go into them, you know, of, you know, all these different, you know, people who, you know, got shot down and, you know, the last or the underdog in basketball games or football games, and all of a sudden, you know, they come out victorious. I mean, it's really no different here. What you believe about your list is very important. What you believe about your leads is very important. What you believe about your prospect is very important. So pretty much everybody that you run into, you should have that belief in them. And that's why your friends should be, you know, one of those friends that are encouraging and, you know, believe that you can accomplish your goals and, you know, all of those things instead of, you know, bringing you down. If you want to keep people around, you have to learn to believe in them. Learn to believe in their abilities. Learn to believe in what is possible for them. Cannot stress that enough. Learn to believe in what they can do, because the more you do that, the more they're going to believe in themselves. And then once they start believing in themselves, you're going to see a whole nother level of that person that you would never have seen if you didn't do it that way. And that's just one of the ways that you can become a top producer. Another one you can do is stop sabotaging yourself. I mean, we have pride and we have ego. It's something that's, you know, born with us. And so we self-sabotage before we even really get to do anything. And what I mean by that is if you're on the phone with someone and you're thinking that this person can never be successful at this, and you're automatically unconsciously sabotaging your recruiting abilities and selling abilities of what you believe in people, not just that person, but in people in general. You might want to achieve something and focus all of your energy on it, but it's your beliefs and values that are twisted in the direction that doesn't align with what you want. Your automatic unconscious response are going to sabotage your attempt to create your goal. And so it really doesn't matter what you try to do. The more you dislike or the more you don't believe in people as a whole, then the more it's going to suck for you pretty much. Like, and that's no joke here. And so I wanted to go in to how to, part of being a top producer is understanding lead capture pages. And lead capture pages, there's really three different, and there's a lot of people call these landing page, squeeze page, but they're all pretty much the same thing. Pretty much the same thing. There's cold traffic. So if you're unfamiliar with cold traffic is, it is where I can't believe I said that twice, it's where that people are coming into your opportunity that have no idea who you are. So let's say they saw you on YouTube, but they never been introduced to you before, and now they're looking at your opportunity. That is called a cold lead. A warm lead is they ended up on your email list, and then you send an email and they open just one or two or three, so they know a little bit about who you are and what you're about and things like that. That is a warm list or a warm lead. A hot lead is someone who is like your best friend, your family member, your coworkers. Like they know you inside and out, and they're really acceptive towards you. And so that's what a hot lead is right there. When somebody comes onto your page, it's very important to capture them within 5 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds is actually what I heard that you need to capture. That's why you want certain things on there. You want them to focus on exactly the capture or the headline, and then exactly what their next goal or their next call to action is. And by doing that, you're really going to help them get in and get out, get in and get out. And that's exactly what you want to do. So let's talk about cold traffic a little bit here. So this is something that is very easy for people to understand. You have some bullet points when it comes to your cold traffic. You're giving them a headline. You might give them an image depending on where you are in your business, and you want their name, their emails, and then you're out. That's exactly what you want to do. You do not want to waste too much time. You can put social proof on there and testimonials, and this is not good for warm market whatsoever. You're pretty much just giving peer value on this because that is how you're leading with it. And so, you definitely don't want to use this for warm market. So as a warm market, this is more of a type of a landing page you want to use. It's more of, that kind of person kind of trust you, and you're kind of like saying, hey, why don't you go ahead and check this out? Go ahead and put your email or name and email address in, and we go ahead and get started. So the landing page, so this right here must be congruent with your emails, because how I said, like, they open 1 or 2 or 3 emails of yours. You want to make sure that it's congruent with exactly what's going on. The more congruent you are with everything, the better off you will actually be. And with warm traffic or hot traffic, they're already interested in what you have to offer. So there's no need to try to oversell anybody on all of your stuff. That's why this right here is very good when you use warm traffic here. And you definitely want to go ahead and just keep it simple. Now, hot traffic is pretty much your best friend. And so you're just like, hey, put your email address in, name, get on. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is. And what you want to do is when you're creating these landing pages, you do not want to overcomplicate things whatsoever. And do not, I repeat, do not treat warm traffic as the same that you do cold, because that's one of the things that you can, just mess up, is just overcomplicating things. And it's really going to make you look unprofessional. And don't let the background take away from your call to action. That's why if you really looked at them, the landing pages, you see that there was no background. It was only that because you want them to focus on exactly what they're looking at, and then you want them to move on. You don't want to add any social media sites or anything like that, because that's just going to take away from exactly what your whole purpose is. And if you give people fewer options, not more, but fewer options, they will actually focus on exactly what you're looking for them to have them do, because there's nothing else out there. And so that's just one of the ways that you're able to really, become a top producer, is by just avoiding these type of things here. And so the next thing that you can do to really become a top producer is, have mechanics and strategies. Now, the big question that everybody always wants to know, anytime I talk to, new recruits or somebody's interested in the opportunity that I have available, they always ask, how do I make money? And I simply tell them this: you build the list, you present to the list, you close the list. And they all look at me like, well, isn't this supposed to be easy? Well, it's easy once you understand the concept, yes. Once you understand the formulas, it's very easy, but you got to understand exactly what you're doing before you can really make money. It's very important to understand about anything that works is not the strategy that making it work. The strategy is just a way to make the principle behind what you're doing work. Now that is crazy, because that right there is saying, well, you can have the strategies, but if you don't have the principle on what behind actually works, then it is not really going to ever work. If you ever get your tools, and this is something that I have ran across, many of my teammates have dealt with this, is they will get people that will ask them, well, why don't you just invest in me? Why don't you go ahead and just, why don't you go ahead and buy it for me, and then I will go ahead and pay you back out of my first paycheck. I mean, I hear stories like that all the time, and that is the quickest way for anybody to go broke. And so I'm telling you right now, don't do it. You're not doing yourself any favors. You're not doing your team any favors, because you're giving them an out and you're not helping them grow as an individual if you keep doing that. And so let them buy their own ticket, let them buy their own tools, their own products, their own samples, let them buy mentors, whatever tools that they feel they need to be successful, because that's really going to help them on the back end as well. Most people build their business depending on the skill of somebody on their team. So what if, you start buying all of the products? I mean, you're not giving anybody the skill set. All you're doing is just, kind of like being a parent to them. You want to create rapport and value in at something. So that means if you're recruiting, you want to step into the recruiting, people won't just look at you as a presentation. I mean, because you created rapport with them and value, and you're telling them why that you can't do that. And that's really going to help. Rapport is responsiveness, and that's exactly what it all is. If you're not getting enough rapport, then that means you're not giving enough value on the front end of it. And that's where it comes to the 3 R's that I've created. And it's pretty much how to build rapport, responsiveness, and relationships. The fastest way to build and overcoming your prospect problems and leading them into the solution is just don't. I'm trying to think of a good way to do this here. Is at the very beginning of this, I talked about the 5 problems, and one of those 5 problems is generating leads. Another one is not harassing people and create value content. I mean, a lot of people, if you show people how to upsell somebody, or how to not harass their friends or family, or show people that they can continue to hop all they want to product, but they're going to get the same result until they buckle down and understand exactly the formula. Once they understand the formula, they can go out and do whatever they want. But a lot of people don't know the formula, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to do this webinar, is to show people the formula, which I'm giving it to you right now. If you follow this right here, you're going to be golden. Now, I can't promise anything, because I can't, but if you follow the formula, your results will be a lot better than you ever had them before. They've always blamed the thing and the lack on the success, but they don't know how to get leads. They don't know how to, sell to leads. They don't know how to keep people around, and that's a huge problem. But by building rapport, that is going to go away and really help you on the back end as well. Another way for you to, become a top producer is by generating highly targeted leads here. So the questions you need to, pretty much target your leads. And, and here are some of the questions. Here are 5 questions that you want to ask. Now, when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about other people who maybe been in the industry as well and is not making any money, and you can kind of tell that they're not. So these are the 5 questions that you want to ask to qualify them to get data, so you can see if your opportunity helps is: how long you've been in the company? Are you part-time or full-time? How big is your team? What is your monthly and marketing and advertisement budget? And who is your mentor? And if anybody answered these 5 questions, I can tell you about their business within 30 seconds. Because all of these things, if you've been in there longer than 6 months and you're only part-time, to me, that means you're not making any money. If I ask you how big your team is and you just say, it's 5,000. If it's 5,000 people and you're still part-time and not making a full-time income, to me, you're lying to me, first off. And then if I ask you with the follow-up question, what's your monthly marketing and advertisement budget, and you tell me you're doing free strategies, that's telling me that you are broke. And I'm not saying this in a rude way or anything like that, but by becoming a top producer, you got to understand what questions to ask people. These are the questions you want to ask people, because then you can know if maybe you have a way to help them with their monthly marketing advertisement budget, okay, maybe they're part-time. Okay, so that's telling me they don't have a mentor. That's telling me that the current avenue that they're using, they're not up to par with it. They don't keep up with it. And if you've been in the company for a certain amount of period of time and you're just messing around, you're either just really messing around or you really have no clue whatsoever. And getting a mentor, a lot of people don't want to pay that, that monthly or that hourly rate. But if you look at it in the long run, they are going to help shortcut you to your success and cut all the BS out. So it took me about 10 months to get a mentor, and I didn't see the importance of it. But once I got a mentor, my life has been completely changed. I ended up on the leaderboards. My open rate for my emailing list has gone up. My engagement on my social media sites have gone up. I've created sales. I've had 3 sales a day. I mean, I've had all of these things because my mentor sat me down and said, John, this is what you need to do. And I said, yes, sir. And so this is why mentors are so important. I cannot stress it enough here. So, and that's just one of the ways that you're able to become a top producer is by generating highly targeted leads. And another way to become a top producer is just closing people. It's very, if you pre-frame things correctly, this is going to be really easy here for you, because your competition makes it so easy to bring people into your business. And you're probably wondering, how does competition make it easier for me and make it easier for you? Well, that's because they're failing to understand the basic need of the person. All they're doing is sell, sell, sell. That's it. They're not caring about how was your day. They're not caring about your family. They're not trying to build rapport. They're not trying to be responsive. They're not trying to do anything but stuff their offer down your throat. And that's immediately how they get blocked or get unsubscribed. And so that's why it's so easy. So if you're the one, think about this. If you're the one who decided to, talk to somebody over the phone and just ask them how their day was going. Are they single? Are they married? Do they work? Do they love their job? Are they passionate about it? Do they have any passions? Are they religious and stuff like that? I mean, you're getting to know somebody and they're gonna be like, you know what, I like this guy. They asked me how my day was going, rather than stuffing their offer down my throat like a lot of people do. And so the key to unlocking more sales is developing rapport and building a stronger organization, is helping solving people's problems. And that is the key to solve all of these problems, is to build rapport with a stronger organization. Because the more you're able to help people with their pain and their problem, your life is going to be so much easier, like so much easier. People respond to, solving their problems all the time. If there is a problem, I mean, they respond to 100% of the time. So if you have the solution to their problem, they're going to beat down your door and get it, because they know that it works here. And so, it's just one of the ways of, becoming a top producer, is by, closing people over the phone, and by making it easy, just asking them how their day is going really does help here. Another one you can do is upselling and getting people all in. I mean, anytime that you go get some fast food, or even a restaurant, they upsell you everything, because that's what makes them the money, is the upsells. As a leader of your team, you're responsible to be lead by example. So that means if you come in at a certain level within your company, and then you tell everybody else to go to the level before you, and you don't have those products, what kind of person does that? In my opinion, it's the person that's not serious about their business, that they want to be at a lower package, but then they expect everybody else to go all in so they can get that money. But what they're not understanding is you have to lead by example. In this industry, online marketing is nothing but personal development wrapped in a business form. So therefore, you need to go through your failures. You need to, upsell. You need to understand the importance of upselling your people, because if you don't, you are leaving so much money on the table. There's so much money on the table if you do not upsell your people. You miss you miss pretty much the opportunity to make additional commissions or income or even changing somebody's lives. Because if you have all the, if you have all the products and then you refuse to upsell people or get people in, what you're doing, you're hindering that person because you have all the knowledge and you want to, keep it for yourself. You don't want them to do it. And so, no, you need to explain and give value of why they should upsell, why they should get all in, because once you got all in and then they get all in, they're going to feel so much better because now it's just like perfect. You led by example. And if you don't have all the information that they want or that you want, I mean, you pretty much have no leverage with people. That's why it's so important to upsell people and just really help them. And this is just one of the ways that you're able to become a top producer. Another way you can come another way you can become a top producer is by giving, just letting people know that there is some stuff that is going to come and that you're going to have to, overcome to bust through your walls. When somebody gives you the, spouse objection, because a lot of people in this industry say, oh, let me talk to my spouse real quick. You never, ever, never say, let me talk to you and your spouse together and I'll show you both the plan. That is something that's going to get you in a lot of trouble really fast. A better idea is just to challenge it. Now, what I'm about to say is either you're going to really understand it or you're going to shy away from it. But to become a top producer, you really need to challenge people and challenge yourself to get over that hump, because this is just a brick road here. When a lot of the times when you challenge somebody, they're going to respond. And so I'm just going to give an example of something that you can say is like, 10 years from now, do you want to be married to somebody who completely controls every decision that you make? And then you just wait for an answer. And the reason that is because if you're married to your spouse and you guys have kids and you have a house and, your lives are intertwined, I can't see, my spouse saying, oh, you can't make a decision that's going to help better our future. Like, I just can't. Maybe that's just me. But to me, it's saying I'm doing this to better my family's life. So therefore, I can make a decision on my own and it will work. And so I see people, don't go this far to really challenge people when they say, oh, let me go ahead and talk to my wife or my spouse or something like that. A lot of the times they'll just say no. And then you can just say, well, when you cut through, like pretty much when you cut through people's garbage, I mean, they respond 100% differently and with respect. You're not pushing them, you're just challenging them. And then from there on, you can say, I just wanted to be honest with you. I just wanted to check. I just wanted to see how serious you were because I don't want to work with you if you're not serious. And so you're giving them like 100% of yourself up front, and you're not lying just to make a buck with them. And then they do know that, and they will actually respect you a lot more. And that's just one of the ways that you can become a top producer. Another way that you can become a top producer is by painting a vision for the future. Now, we all heard of law of attraction, and pretty much to me, law of attraction is understanding your clear outcome. Not, I want to make $10,000. I want to make $10,000 by April 6th of 2016 by midnight. That's a more clear outcome than just say, I want to make $10,000 in April. You know what I'm saying? And so you want to be very specifically clear. You want to do something that's called chunk down. And chunk down is all it is just getting more in detail of exactly what motivates you, the source of everything here for you. And the third thing that goes along with this, which you do need these three things to even remotely begin the law of attraction, is by taking massive action. There's so many people that just like to, wait until they're perfect. And those are people that never move anything, that are always stuck because they feel like they have to wait. And you don't want to do that whatsoever. Nothing, I fail at so many times, like with speaking, because I have a speech impediment, and you know, but it doesn't stop me from doing what I'm doing. And so that's just one of the ways you become. Just take massive action. Another thing that you want to pay attention to is, you know, having characteristics of a top producer. You know, you don't want to worry about being perfect. You just take massive action, and you know, you can adjust your actions when you start getting feedback from other people. You know, the best kind of feedback is something that doesn't work, because then you can start changing it, and then it changes into the things that do work. And so that's just some of the ways you know, some of the top producer characteristics. Another thing of painting the future is you have a law of attraction, so you get clear, take massive action, and then this action step, which is the learn, do, teach, what I call it, is something that you want to constantly do at all times, whether it is closing people, whether it's writing articles, whether it's blogging, whether it's videos, whatever, you know, whatever it is, you want to learn something, you want to implement that something, you want to do that something for, you know, just a couple days. It doesn't need to be long, 4 or 5 days, you know, max, unless you want it to go further. And then you teach that something to your list, to, you know, to Facebook, to YouTube, whatever the case may be. But you want to teach them this information, and you want to do that with every little thing that you know, because the more you do that, the more they're going to see you as an authority figure, and they're going to keep coming to you and opening your stuff and looking at your stuff and seeing you have value. And so that means they are going to go ahead and purchase from you. And you also want to know, what is your goal? Because in your vision, you need a goal. Just like setting your clear outcome, you know, of the law of attraction, your goal is the same thing. You need to set a clear goal. You need to have that, because there's going to be a lot of hurdles and a lot of walls. So you need to find out what motivates you, you know, find out what your next goal is. What are some of the problems you're going to be having while you're trying to achieve this goal? Because when you do that and ask yourself that little thing, like, what type of problems will I have while I go towards my goal? When you do run into those problems, you know exactly how to get around those problems. It's going to take you a lot less to get the end result. And so that's just one of the ways that you can do of painting your future. Another one is, you know, having a goal exercise. This is something that I learned from my millionaire mentor, who really just said, okay, so tell me what you want. So I would say something like, I want a big house. I want $1 million house. I'm going to live in $1 million house. And then he would just simply ask me, what will that get you that you don't have now? And so I would think about it, and I would say something like, you know, just bigger house, like feeling important. Okay, so the reason why you want a house is to feel important. So what will that get you that you don't have now? Feeling important, security. Okay, what will that get you that you don't have now? And then it just continues, because what you're actually doing, you're getting so focused on exactly the reason why you need certain things in life. Some people like fast cars. Maybe they like the attention from other people. Maybe that's the type of lifestyle that they're attracted to. And so by asking yourself, what will this get me? What will this goal get me that I don't have now? You know, that is a really going to help you out a lot, especially if you're asking people and they're like, I don't know. By asking specific questions, you can actually help them reach in themselves and actually grab it and pull it out. And that is the reason, you know. So that's just one of the ways that you can help people by painting a vision for the future, is by doing that little exercise. And another one is, this is something that kind of disturbs me in a way, because as kids, I mean, we're told to follow our dreams, to follow our passion, and then we get in school and then they kind of go away. And so, and then as we get older, we think about the past and we're like, I want to do that goal thing. I want to create my dreams. I want to do that thing. And so what you have to do is, since we're older and we have families, you know, we're married, house, work, kids, you know, that whole thing, you really have to believe that you can create a future that you want. You really have to believe it. Before it can come in your reality, it needs to be in your thought process, and you need to speak it into reality. You need to be in every fiber of your bones. You need to create. You need to believe that that you can create your outcome. Because I mean, in quantum physics and the wave particle theory, there's two worlds that exist at the same time. One, everything that you do want, so or no, everything that you don't want. So people choose to focus on the wrong outcome. Like, oh, I'm 30 years old. I can't get that because now I have a house and I have kids. Now I can't go after my dreams. But you're looking at your family, like, do everything that you want to do in life. But then you're not following it. And then on the other hand of that is the wave particle theory and quantum physics that says, you focus on everything that you do want. So these are the two realities that focus. And so if you want everything that you do want, you need to just focus that. Your words need to be about that. Your actions need to be about that. Your vibration level need to be about that. You need to get those people around you that think like that as well. Your beliefs need to be, just everything, your physical, all your thought process need to be on creating your dreams, creating that future for yourself. And once you're able to do that, I'm telling you, the sky is the limit for you. You can do anything. You were born with the right of abundance, and you deserve it however way you see fit. And by doing these and learning how to become a top producer will really help you out in your in your life that you're trying to create for you and your family. And so I just want to say thank you guys for sticking till the very end. As promised, oh, let me go ahead and recap. I forgot about this slide. You make sure that your beliefs and your attitudes and the lead capture pages are exactly what you need for your cold, for your warm, for your hot traffic. You want to make sure the strategies that you're using are accurate according to exactly what you need to. If you've been in a company longer than 6 months, or you don't have a monthly and advertisement budget, or you don't have a mentor, then you really need to rethink your strategies, because the whole point of that is building rapport and responsiveness from your list, because you've already laser targeted and they're all highly targeted leads. So it's really easy to close people over the phone if you build rapport, if you show them strategies, if you believe in them, if you talk to, or if they open your email a few times, and by just painting up a vision for the future for them, by helping them, by asking certain questions, will really help them attach to exactly what they want, and in return you will get what you want as well. And as promised, here is the bonus. Go to 10x-yoursuccess.com and you are going to see an ebook. It's called 10 Ways to Jumpstart Your Mind for Success. This is the same book that has allowed me to get on the leaderboards of my current company. It got me to the number 9 slot out of like 40,000 active affiliates, and it has generated me 91 leads in a 48-hour period, and another time 124 leads in 72-hour periods. And this is really helped me to change my perspective on where I was in life and help me get to where I wanted to go in life. So you guys should go ahead and check it out. It's $97 for free. Go to 10x-yoursuccess.com for that. And here's my contact information. If you want to know a little bit more about me, you can go to consciouscreatorblog.com. You can go to Facebook, John Bailey Going Places. You can Skype me. You can email me if you want to work with me directly. Go to yourfreedomawaits.org, and then go ahead and private message me on Facebook, and we can go ahead and link up and get you started right away here. So now that the presentation's over, and now that you have the this value information that you're able to use to become a top producer, watch this webinar over again until you understand this formula, unless you join my team, and then I can talk to you personally to really help you get through that as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing, and I'm just going to go ahead and go to the questionnaires to see if there's any questions here. So let's go ahead and take a look here. All right, it doesn't look like there is any questions right here, but I want to say I appreciate you guys sticking to the very end. I know you guys will get a lot of value from this. And, again, this is Jonathan Bailey, and thank you so much for watching this, and check out my next video. All right, you guys. Bye.